Yeah. You just go in right after I say that.
Got it.
Yeah. All right. What was I supposed to say?
This episode is sponsored by...
There's a lot going on. This episode's sponsored by the Losing It merch store.
Yes, the Losing It merch store has so many products, and I want to talk a little bit about what do we call that, Ronnie? The minimal Losing It t-shirt? What do we call it?
The minimal, yes, the black minimal Losing It t-shirt.
It's very cool. It's just got Losing It in kind of a cool script across the front, and...
Very minimal.
It's very minimal. Yeah. That's why we call it the minimal Losing It t-shirt. And while you're sleek. In there, it's sleek, it's minimal, it's happening, it's now, it's today.
It is. It very much is.
And here what's cool is if you go into that merch store, you're going to see all the other stuff we got. And we got some good shit, including Don't Poop in the Ocean t-shirts.
Yes.
Yes. So go there now. Go to nelsiespencer.com. Go to the top of the page, upper right. Click on merch, and all your Losing It merch dreams can be fulfilled. Thank you.
Losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it, losing it. If
there's 2 minutes.
Got a story we don't care
so we'll be happy to,
it's happy or glory, so
yeah, you can go ahead.
Share
go ahead.
your losing it
Great intro.
story with us.
Hey. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Losing It with Nelsie Spencer. That's me. This is the podcast where I have a guest on and they talk about something they've lost, a losing it story. That's the theme. And I'm joined with my wonderful, talented, bearded producer, Mr. Ronnie Whaley.
A lot more beard. A lot more beard.
The beard's happening.
I know. I gotta do something about it.
Yeah? You're not gonna do like, I'm gonna do quarantine beard and see how long it goes?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I really do want to cut my hair. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been wearing a beanie
the entire time.
The entire time. It's only because if I take this off, I will right now. It's insane.
Let's do it. Come on, I want to see it. Oh, I love it. Yeah, fluff it up a little bit. Let's really enjoy it. Wow, you got some big hair going on. I love it.
You see that?
That is fun. That's some big hair. Yeah, see, I've never, ever seen you without a hat on. So
yeah, it's because of this right here.
I like it.
Yeah, I got some Jim Morrison.
Yeah. You could maybe have like animals living in there that we don't even know about.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean woodland creatures. I don't mean something creepy like lice. No.
Oh, no.
That's fun.
Yeah, animals.
And how short do you normally wear it?
I usually a lot shorter than this. I mean, I usually get a really trim, but I just, I've been living here in the cabin and, also I'm very picky with a barber. Like, I don't go to just anybody.
You gotta be.
I had one guy in New York that I used to go to all the time, and now I'm not in New York. So I don't trust anybody over here. So
yeah, no, it's really, and a bad, they say, a bad haircut, it grows out, but it can be traumatic. A bad haircut can be traumatic.
Yeah, no, that's exactly why I don't trust anybody with my hair.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Right now we have an excuse. We have an excuse to have bad hair. But I did color mine and get it cut recently. So I'm rather proud of my hair. My hair is really working right now.
Yeah, your hair is shorter than mine.
Yeah.
Actually, I might get it cut this week.
Yeah.
But our friend Abaz, my roommate here, might cut it.
My daughter has been cutting her roommate's hair for a while now. A dude. Yeah. And she does a good job. I've been cutting my husband's hair for 2 years.
Really?
I'm really good at a guy haircut. Yeah.
Really? Huh.
Swear to God.
This is going to be the first time I'm going to trust someone. I used to have a friend who cut my hair before, and he totally fucked that up, and I had to wear a hat for like a month. So this is going to be the second time. But he shaped up my hair a few months ago.
But doesn't he do his own hair too?
He does.
And he has some great hair.
Yeah, and you know what? If in the morning when he wakes up, it looks like this. We have the same hair.
No.
Yes.
How does he do that? How does he make his hair do that?
It's about a half hour to a 45-minute process every day.
Product. He's got a good product going on.
It's not even just there's product involved, but he has this machine.
No.
Yeah, it's like what it does is it rotates. And it's also hot, and it blows hot air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say even a pandemic, but he works, so he's on Zoom, so he's got to look. Not that you're not working.
Yeah, but even then, like on a weekend, he won't step outside the house unless he does his hair.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah. I mean, that's just his thing.
It's his thing, and it's a good calling card. He friggin' looks good, man. He looks good. Yeah. Insert a picture of a boss here.
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah,
and he's like, right.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen pictures of him on your website. He's very photogenic.
Oh, you saw that? Yeah, I did some headshots for him.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'll put
this back on. Just save everyone.
Yeah. See now, just tame it. Just hold it in.
Yeah, exactly. This beanie is about to burst, honestly.
Yeah. So what else? What else do we have? What's going on? Oh, Blizzard.
Yeah, the blizzard, it stopped, but I think it went up to like 3 to 4 feet or something like that.
Yeah,
crazy.
We got nothing here.
Really?
We got some, but not enough. I like a blizzard. I love.
Oh my gosh.
I like when. Look, I don't want anybody to get hurt, but blizzards are pretty, and you're forced to stay inside and have hot cocoa, and that I like.
Well, I do that either way.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
I was doing that in the tropics.
A lot of hot cocoa in the tropics.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty crazy. I was gonna send you some photos. I forgot though, but like it was insane. So they plowed the driveway, and when they plowed the driveway, you can see how once they cut into something, you can see how tall it is, and it's just bananas. You know
That's
what I mean?
crazy. That's insane. Crazy. So you guys couldn't go anywhere even if you wanted to, because you're so completely snowed in.
Yeah, I tried to walk in the forest out there, and I just soaked all. I don't have boots. I left them back in a storage locker, and I was wearing like Adidas, just walking out there, and I had to come back in after like 5 minutes.
Yeah, my son went surfing yesterday. Yeah.
Where is he?
He's in New Jersey. He went out. He has a full wetsuit, gloves, booties, and a hood, and he went surfing. I know.
But is it cold?
Yeah, it's really motherfucking cold. Oh. It's cold.
What? Jeez.
Yeah. I was like, honey, how long did you last? He's like, 35, 40 minutes. He said it was just his extremities. He caught like a couple of really good waves. Yeah.
He's
surfing.
My age, right?
He's your age. He just turned 25. He turned 25 on Tuesday.
Oh, we're in the same month.
Yeah.
Oh, we're like really close.
Yeah. My baby is 25. And you guys are both, are you Aquarius? You're Capricorn. Like Jesus. That's right. I forgot that.
Yeah, but he sounds like he's a real fit guy. I'm like a 45-year-old. With like, the age of a
millennial's brain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, he's super fit. Yeah.
And
a little bit crazy. Like I wouldn't do that, but God, good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this guy named Wim Hof, who's I think Norwegian.
Oh, the surf guy.
He's a cold water guy.
Oh, yes. He does all the really intense cold water. He does like meditation and breathing and stuff.
Yes. And my son's totally into it, where you do this breathing and then you breathe out and you hold it, and that it enlivens all your cells, and it supposedly does great stuff for your immune system.
Yeah, those are the type of people that are going to like live forever.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's hope so. So. Yeah, because Lord knows he's going to have to take care of me in my old age, so he better just keep going. No, exactly. I'm going to be healthy. I want to be healthy, and then when I get a little sick, I just want someone to smother me with a pillow. I don't know.
It's quick.
I want it quick. I don't want to have any pain. I don't want anybody to pity me. I don't want things drooling. Not interested in any of that.
You don't want the pity?
No, I don't want the pity. I want them to think.
I want some of the pity.
You want pity?
I want a little bit of the pity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but maybe you could get it now. Look at him. He's 25 and he looks like a 40-year-old. Just kidding. I'm kidding. But you set me up.
Trust me. Trust me. I get it. I already get that. And I love it. When I get older, it's going to get better. It's going to balance out.
You're just going to keep playing that pity card. But I have a story. I have a story that I have to tell you. Okay, so I told you I went and got my hair cut, right?
Yeah.
So I go to my salon where I always go and everybody's masked and, Mary and I chat, the woman who cuts my hair, and she's great. And I'm getting ready to leave and I've already paid. And then there's another woman who's paying and she's probably a solid 5 inches taller than I am. And she got long dark hair and maybe in her 40s. And I hung my coat up when I first came in. Mm-hmm. And I go to get my coat and I don't see it. And then I look at the woman who's paying and she's wearing my coat.
Was it like completely different from your coat?
Stick with me.
Okay.
Just stick with me. And I say, I don't even stop for a second. I just go, excuse me, but I think that's my coat. Because I have a navy blue Michael Kors coat, which sounds very fancy. And it is kind of, but I got it on sale at Macy's. No big deal. But I love that coat. And like I said, she's 5'8". This is an extra small. The waist on it is right under her tits, right? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. And I'm doing a bad accent, but she has a Jersey Shore accent.
Oh, okay.
She's like, oh my God, it looks just like mine. I'm so sorry. So she hands it to me. I put it on, and then I watch to see what coat she puts on. Uh-huh. It doesn't look like my coat.
That's crazy.
Her coat only goes like just below the butt. My coat goes above the knees. And her coat,
color-wise?
Hers is black. Mine was navy. Hers has fake fur on here, which mine didn't. And I was like,
wow.
Oh, man.
Saw the tag.
I dodged a bullet, right?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Isn't that crazy? And my car key was in the pocket.
Oh.
I just put my car keys in my pocket because I always know, right? If she would have left, can you imagine?
You're screwed. Yeah,
is that ballsy?
What do you think was going on there?
I think she was a little sick of her coat.
Really? You really think that?
I think she was a little sick of her coat. And she was like, look at that Michael Kors coat.
Yeah.
That is a nice coat.
Yeah, but didn't you think when she put it on and it was like she was like the Hulk, coming out of it?
I don't know. Maybe she's got a daughter. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe she put it on and she was just way too committed and she was like, I've already gone this far.
I don't know. And it's a theory. It's a theory I have. It could have maybe she has a Michael Kors coat, but she didn't wear it that day. And she thought she had. I mean,
Nonetheless, strange.
And thank God I caught her.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yes. So that was scary.
That's like if I put on like a tiny little jacket and I was like, oh, sorry, that's not mine. Oh, I had no idea. And I'm like 6'1", like 250.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, that was a little, and it stuck with me all day. Cause at first I just thought, oh, that's weird. She didn't mean to. But the more I thought about it, and then when I saw the coat she put on, I was like, oh, honey.
This bitch.
I will take you down. I don't care if you're 5'8". I'm mad.
Let me take this in the parking lot.
Yeah. Cat fight. Cat fight in the hair salon. The masks are off.
Super classy.
Classy. Yeah. I don't go out for 5 months. Then I go out and I just hair pulling. Yeah. No, I was classy. Yeah. So I guess, are we ready? What do you think?
Yeah. So we got.
Oh, are we going to do ads? Should we have an ad? Oh no, where the ad goes at the front, right?
Well, we didn't say who was on the show.
Oh no, I know that. So I'm just. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is, are we done chatting? Is it time to introduce our guest, Ronnie?
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yes.
So I loved this guest. She's funny and smart and daring. She's a world traveler. She has a blog called P.S. I'm on my way. Her name, and Ronnie found her. Ronnie knows her because you guys kind of grew up together, yes?
Yeah, we grew up in the same little tiny town in the Philippines called Subic Bay. It was once a naval base, and now it's just a tiny little town. And I don't know her as well as her younger brother. That's how I know her. But then we met through him, and we shared mutual interest in like content creation and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she's traveling all over the place.
She's awesome. Wait till you
yeah.
guys hear her story. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear me talk to Trisha Velarmino. Hey. So I am so excited to have this next guest. She's our second official guest in the reboot, and Ronnie found her, and she's an amazing, interesting, fascinating woman. She's like an adventurer. She's a traveler. She's a blog writer, and she writes about travel. And she's coming to us from Mexico, so that's also so cool and sexy and international. And I'm here in New Jersey. So fascinating. But please, I'm so excited to say hi to Trisha Velarmino. Hi, Trisha.
Hi, thanks for having me, Nelsie.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you here. Yeah. So where in Mexico are you?
I am in Puerto Vallarta. I'm sure lots of Americans come here, so it rings a bell to everyone.
I know where Puerto Vallarta is, she said with a bad Mexican accent. I grew up in Southern California, so I had many surfer friends who would drive down to Mexico and usually not go all the way to Puerto Vallarta, but what a great town.
Right, yes.
Very old town, right?
Very. Also huge. It's actually a city. I used to be in Sayulita, which is a smaller town, but then I'm a creative. I need a bigger space. I cannot be in that kind of space where, small towns, everyone. I'm not good with those kinds. I grew up in Subic Bay with Ronnie, so he would know how bad I am with small towns.
So you like a little anonymity.
Yes.
Yeah. And how long have you been in Puerto Vallarta?
I'm just here since October, actually, because Sayulita, which is this town, is just 20 minutes away. And I'd like to keep myself in the Riviera Nayarit.
Yeah. I like to be near the water.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could have probably a 10-hour conversation with you about travel because I love to travel. But I understand that you have a travel blog, that you decided when you were 22, I'm going to travel. And so just tell me a little bit about that, because that's fascinating and it's inspiring.
I feel it's actually, I'm from a country where we're not travelers. At least now we are, but way back 12 years ago, we weren't that into travel. And then I had the opportunity to study in Europe. And then when I was there, I was like,
you studied in Milan, yes?
Yes. Uh-huh. I was fortunate to get into a fashion program in Milan. And then I was looking at everyone with the big backpacks, because I don't even know what those are. I feel like when you have those backpacks, I feel like you're going mountaineering. I didn't think that people are traveling like that. So
just backpacking around Europe. That's what people do. They've been doing that when I was going to high school in the 70s. That was a thing. Like people would go and backpack around Europe. I know that feels like
where I'm from, it's not something we know about.
Yeah.
And then I just approached them and I was like, which mountains are you going? And then they were like, oh no, we're backpacking. We're traveling by train in Europe. And I was like, what? Like, I can do that. And then when I was living in Milan as a student, I went a bit in Barcelona just to try, because I was just 19 when I did the program, just to try. Oh, maybe I'll go a bit to France. I'll take the train to first within Italy, Rome, Bologna, these are super.
And when you were in Barcelona, and I don't know if you're supposed to say Barcelona or Barcelona, how much football did you watch? Because I understand you're a football fan, yes?
A lot of football.
Are you a Ronaldo fan?
Yes, I need it. I still go to Barcelona a lot, and I probably want to live there when I'm, older.
And because we're a big football family here. My husband played soccer. My son plays soccer. We're Liverpool fans. And I understand that you had a Liverpool Arsenal connection, correct?
I did Liverpool for a bit. I followed their tour in Asia. Actually, you'll never walk alone. I was into English football, and then Barcelona was really they became a really great team in between 2011 and 2014, and I was like, yep, I'm going Spain.
Oh my God! So how many games did you see?
For the Arsenal Liverpool, I did Thailand, Malaysia. I followed them all over Asia because I also never thought that I would be able to go to Europe. So I felt like, yes, I'm doing this. They're coming to Asia. This is the right time to do it.
Wow. And so, okay, I know you have a losing it story to tell me, and we'll get there in a little bit. But
Right.
I'm really fascinated by the fact that you just was like, you had this revelation of like, oh, I can travel. And then you did it. And when I was 22, I moved to New York, which was quite adventurous. You know, none of my friends did that. My brother did it. But then I stayed there for 30 years. You know what I mean? Like I moved to New York and was like, yeah, you know, the city that never sleeps. But what do you think, what is it about you that made you go, oh yeah, I can do this and I'm going to do this? What do you think?
I think it's all about, there is a lot of stereotypes that women like us cannot travel. And I wanted to prove that myself, because every time I'm told that I cannot do stuff, I don't believe it. You know, most of the time I want to try it, because why are you telling me I cannot do that? Why? Where are you coming from?
Yeah.
So I was greatly motivated by that in the beginning. Just, you know, I'm from a family of very intelligent and strong personalities and very proud people. So when we're challenged, we're always like, yes.
Yeah.
And my siblings are the same. When you challenge them, they're going to be,
yeah.
no.
It's like, I can't, you want to bet? Yeah. Who says I can't? Yeah. And so where are you in the birth order? How many siblings and where are you?
I'm third.
You're third.
We have 5.
Third of
But
5.
my mom remarried, so I have 2 stepsisters. We're 7 in total.
Wow. And so you're smack dab in the middle, right?
Yes.
Right? 3 and 3. That's,
yes.
And you know, they have all these, they always talk about the middle child being sort of the lost child, but you don't seem that way at all.
I am kind of a lost child. I mean, we're all travelers. We just don't travel the same.
Yeah.
My siblings would go on a vacation.
Yeah.
And, you know, save money and go on vacation. They also have jobs, but office jobs. So we have a very different setup in terms of work and in terms of looking how to travel. I'm already, I don't want to say I'm jealous, because I'm not. I'm inspired, and I feel like I'm going to take some pages out of your book. So what's the name of your travel blog? My blog is called P.S. I'm on my way. I actually started it just in 2014, but I've been traveling since 2011. And I started it because I just didn't want to go home. And first, I am very bad with working for other people. I knew that when I was doing my internship in Milan. Like, I cannot be in an environment where I am told, especially if you're in the art creative industry, you know, like, you don't tell me what to create, because I have my own, I know how to create, and in my own branding and my own style. And I realized that I can only do that if I have my own platform where nobody tells you how to create. So
you created your own platform. P.S. I'm on my way.
Yes.
As a blog that people can find easily. How? Where? Just Google it?
Yeah, just on Google. If you actually just search for my name, psamonmyway.com. My audience is more of solo travelers, no genders. I refuse. I used to brand myself as a solo female travel, but then I realized that lots of men can also relate to that solo travel thing. And I also realized that traveling is not only dangerous for women, it can be for everyone, any gender.
Absolutely. Wow. And it's funny that you say, oh, I've only been blogging since, what'd you say, 2014?
Yes.
That's 6 years of blogging. That's a ton of blogging.
But it's
You know?
it's a lot of work. A lot of people
Yes.
think blogs are just, but it's a lot. If you're into the business of blogging, it's a lot of
No,
work.
nothing that's successful is comes easy. I mean, not necessarily comes easy, because I feel like I can write. That writing comes easy to me. Acting comes easy. Being funny comes easy to me. But you're not going to be successful at it unless you work hard at it.
Right.
That's
Like,
whether it's blogging or
Yeah, but a lot of people have that conception about blogs. It's just like, it's just a Dear Diary kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because people don't really see the business side of it. But when you're managing, I am a full-time blogger. I don't have other jobs.
Yeah.
All my income is from the blog.
Awesome. Good for you. Right on, sister. So I understand that you have a losing it story for me.
Yes. It has actually something to do with all the blogging and the traveling. When I was after Europe, I met a boy, and then we started getting serious, and we traveled together to Africa. So, Nelsie, for people, Philippine passport holders like me, I cannot just go anywhere. I need to go to visa-free countries, all that shebang. I cannot wake up and say, oh, I'm going to Paris tomorrow. I'm going to Miami tomorrow. No, that doesn't work for me that way. So
Why is that? Why is that, Trisha?
Because it's to apply for visas as a Philippine passport, it's very challenging.
Okay.
With a Philippine passport. You need a lot of things. You need to prove a lot of stuff. It takes months.
Wow.
And, I just wouldn't go through that because there's lots of visa-free countries for Filipinos. So anyway, we were in Europe. My student visa was expiring, and he was like, oh, let's go to Morocco. And then I looked it up. Morocco was a visa-free country. And I was like, oh, Morocco sounds very exotic. And I was young. I didn't know how to travel yet. And he was older. And then we went together to Morocco. And after a month, he just wanted to break up. And for me, I didn't.
How long had you been together?
Morocco speaks French and Spanish. Now I'm fluent in Spanish. But 10 years ago, if you asked me to travel on my own, I wouldn't know what to do, honestly.
So how old were you, and how long had you guys been together when he was like, oh, I want to break up?
We were together a year. We traveled around Asia a lot before we went to Africa and then Europe. I was 22. Because when I was in a relationship with him, I didn't intend to travel the world. I just intended to be with this person.
Right. So you were in it. You were like in both feet, 100%. Yeah.
There was no dream of, oh, I want to visit Morocco. Oh, I didn't have those dreams. And then we broke up. He just left. He left me in Morocco by myself.
Oh my goodness.
And then, and then I followed him to Argentina. Just out of, I have this, my mother wanted me. I was so bad. I was really sad. It was hard for me. And my mother was like, go home. I'm going to pay for your fare. And the thing is, if I go home, I don't want to have that environment of people telling you, like, see, I told you that boy is not right for you. And I don't think that will help me move on or be better.
Yeah. Yeah. You feel like you're going home with your tail between your legs, which is the last thing you want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And Africa was too far. And I said, no, I'm going to Argentina. I bought a one-way ticket to Argentina with the hopes that I will still be able to convince him to get back together.
Oh my.
And I stayed there for months and months and months. He didn't want to get back together. He wouldn't even answer me. He wouldn't even reply to my texts. And my visa in Argentina expired.
Do you mind me asking you how much older he was?
I'm sorry. He's 7 years older.
Okay. So you're 22. He's 29.
Yeah.
You follow him to Argentina and he's like, nope.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. So you're in Argentina. You know nobody but him.
No, not even, wasn't even speaking Spanish.
And you're not speaking Spanish. Where are you living?
I'm just going in hostels and just being a total stalker.
Oh my good. And are you Oh my God. Was this like, this sounds like such a low point.
Yes, it
Oh,
was.
honey.
But then when my visa in Argentina expired, I was like, I need to leave. I went to Brazil because Brazil is visa free for Filipinos, and for 90 days I maxed my Brazil visa, and from there I just learned to forget about him. And I went to Uruguay, I went to Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, just around that, because most of those are visa free in my country.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can do this. So apparently my mission to go to South America was to convince him to get back together. And then all these tours open. I was in the World Cup in 2014 in Brazil. I never planned that, but it was just timing that I was there. It was like,
my God.
I thought of doing all these things until 3 years later, I'm making my way up to Mexico, Belize, Panama.
Oh my goodness.
Nicaragua, Costa Rica.
So him saying no, it's over, was this, in the end, this huge gift?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. And then along that way, my blog grew because I had content to tell. And I also write very raw about what's happening on me on the road. I share that very publicly. And
that's how you get followers. That's
yes.
how, right? Because it's that vulnerability. That's what we connect with, right?
Yes.
If you're like, we broke up, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
Who cares? We broke up. I can't go on. He's the only person, right? I'm heartbroken. That's what we connect to.
Yeah. They even publish it in a newspaper in the Philippines.
Oh my goodness. Fantastic.
That story, because I was really, my writing was really raw because of all these emotional, I lost it. Like
you lost it. You lost your heart. You lost your, yes.
I lost many times. I shouted at him on the street in Buenos Aires. There was a wedding of my friends, and I also just lost myself in a wedding that wasn't mine. It was hard, but now I'm thinking about it. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, yes, right. It's sometimes we look back at stuff that at the time we were it's so embarrassing, but if enough time passes, you're like, oh, we can laugh at it. Thank God, right?
I mean, with the wedding thing, what I did there, I still cringe sometimes, but that's 10 years ago. I'm over it. It's just cringy. Like, ugh,
so,
why did you do that?
because you were 22 and you were heartbroken, right? You were heartbroken, and you were convinced that he was your soulmate, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was.
Right?
But now I'm like, nope.
Nope.
Yeah.
So have you ever seen him after all was said and done?
Yes, he actually lives in Mexico now.
Oh my God, that's hysterical.
Yeah, we've met once, 2019. And there was I didn't, since I know it's been years, but then when I was seeing him 2 years ago, I felt like, okay, how am I going to feel about this? It's been years. I know,
you don't know.
Like, or maybe I'm going to be angry at him, and I didn't know how I'm going to feel when I was seeing him again.
Right. Yeah.
Because it can go two ways, right? You can lose it again, or just keep it together.
Right. Or you could go, or you could see him and think, oh my God, I'm still madly in love with him, but keep it together. Or see him and go, what's the big deal? Right? Yeah. He's not that great.
I saw him in Mexico, and I was like, I didn't feel any anger or hatred. But in my mind, it's like, you actually made me very famous.
You were like, thank you.
You actually gave me a livelihood.
Wow. That is a great story.
Let's take a quick break and listen to a word from our sponsors, shall we? Did you know that 75% of consumers judge a company's credibility based on their website design? It's true. 70% of people are less likely to trust a company that uses poorly produced content. Makes sense. Over 85% of people say they look at their phones during Super Bowl commercials that cost millions of dollars. So they're not looking at those commercials, they're looking at their phones.
In these times of no contact delivery and Zoom meetings, are you fully taking advantage of the internet to grow your business? Are you? Well, cleanse your mind of concern and let Ronnie Whaley set you up. That is right. For a limited time only, our very own Ronnie is offering an all-in-one package called the New Face Package. And it's awesome. It really is. He's so smart what he's doing here. The package consists of 3 main services. Number 1, a total revamp or creation of your new, sleek, modern, and beautiful state-of-the-art website. Number 2, growing and establishing social media channels, as well as a tailor-made social media strategy with a consultation that has your specific goals in mind. And number 3, branded content production and art direction that is in line with your brand and message. He gave me a brand. He gave me a message. Slots are available now. For a limited time, this package starts at $500 for a limited time. And the starting packages being $500, financing is available with PayPal's Pay in 4 option at checkout. Pay in 4 different, let me say that again. Pay in 4 different installments. From Southeast Asia to New York City, Ronnie has helped companies head in the right direction by branding, designing, and modernizing their online presence, image, and facilitation. Whether you're a small business, author, podcaster, or rapping magician, a rapping magician? Wow. And what rapping magician does not need an online presence that speaks and converts you into income for you? Don't get left behind and get your business online today. Visit www.ronniefw.com/newface.
Hey everyone, it's time to step away from Netflix, Amazon, and the Hulu, and the TikTok, and the Instagram, and the amazing endless YouTube videos about whatever it is you're falling into and step back into your dreams. Yes, it's 2021. It's a new year. We've got vaccines on the horizon, and your dreams are still sitting there waiting. That memoir that you've been promising yourself you'd write is waiting to be written, and the novel that you're halfway through is waiting. Waiting. Or maybe it's a screenplay that you've done 3 drafts of but needs a 4th. Now is the time to get back into those dreams. You should. Because writing... Well, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No, now is the time you get back into those dreams of writing that you may have abandoned. So, say you need some help when it comes to writing. You're stuck, not sure which way to go, how to create compelling characters, tension, etc. Not a problem. Ticket to Write has got you covered. Go to nelsiespencer.com, click on Ticket to Write, and there you will find classes, one-on-one mentoring, a virtual writing coach. Yes.
Virtual writing coach.
Virtual writing coach, yes. What is that you say?
Ask?
What is that you say? Well, go to Nelsie Spencer. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Virtual writing coach. What is that you say? Well, go to nelsiespencer.com. Click on Ticket to Write and find out. There's a roundtable, an ongoing writers group where you have support and inspiration and community. Step away from all those things that are just filling your day and step back towards your dream. Step back and go towards your dreams.
Did I write step back and go towards? Well, you can change that. That's stupid.
Yeah, step back and then step back from your regular life that sucks and then go towards your dreams that fill you up in a meaningful way. So, with that said, Ticket to Write at go to Ticket to Write at nelsiespencer.com and get to writing, you know? Get to writing at nelsiespencer.com. Just go there and click Ticket to Write. Now back to the episode.
So what, like, if you were going to be talking to like a 22-year-old who might be going through something similar, what would you tell them? What would you tell them that you wish you'd known then?
I've been always very in touch with my feelings and honest about how I feel, no matter what, because I'm not from a very straightforward country where I'm from. You know, we're very reserved. You're not supposed to speak the way you speak. And I've been always honest about that. But I think that younger people nowadays, because of social media, they don't let themselves be vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So before I never had a problem. I would just lose it to someone whom I'm not even close to. You know, it's the beauty about traveling is that when you're experiencing something as painful as that, opening up to strangers was more comfortable because this person judged me.
Right,
you know?
right. And you're not necessarily even going to see him tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right.
and both eyes out in a hostel with some backpacker. And, you know, that really helped me process a lot of stuff because I think nowadays younger people are not expressive or in touch of how they feel because it's shameful if you cry in public. It's shameful if you say this. I don't want to say I'm sad because people are just going to judge me and say that I'm dramatic. So I guess that's my advice. If you just
allow yourself to have your feelings and be authentic.
Yeah, and just think about how you really feel right now. Just put it out there.
Yeah. And also those things that happen when you're 22 and you think, oh my God, I can't survive it. I can't survive losing this person or having them not love me back. But we survive it.
Yes.
Not only did you survive it, you're thriving and like this amazing traveler and blogger and created
and
your
also,
own.
I just want to add that I'm also a doer. I know I used to encourage young people to not invalidate their dreams because there are no right or wrong dreams. But as I grew up, I just think no, dreaming is not the point. The point is you should be a doer. You should do.
Yeah.
If you say I want to travel to Argentina, I'm just going to do some Pinterest ideas because Trisha said that there are no right or wrong dreams. But no, I'm trying to change that narrative because you can plan whatever, no matter what it is, even if it's not traveling, you can plan it all day you want. But if you're not doing something about it, it's gonna.
Yeah, you can have the dream, but you have to take the action for the dream to happen.
Yes.
You know, if I can dream about going to Argentina, but if I'm just hanging out in my bedroom, ain't going to happen.
Yeah, but you know that younger people now are more inclined to that being on the screen and not.
Yeah.
Nobody would be. I think if social media was really big when I was 21, I wouldn't book a flight, go, because I would be scared because I know a lot about the internet. I know about the world, but then back then, no, I'm just gonna go. I've got nothing to lose, and I can imagine that's a beautiful country.
Yeah. So okay. So that leads me to another question. So if somebody's listening and they want to travel, but they haven't taken that step yet, what would you say to them? They're dreaming about going to Argentina or Rome or Paris, fill in the blank. What would you tell them? What should their first action be?
I think it's to leave, because when I came to Argentina, you take it day by day.
Hang on. Podcasting from home when you got a dog who
I have 2 dogs.
You have 2 dogs and they travel with you? That's fantastic.
Yeah, they're trained dogs. So
oh my goodness. Well, my dog hates the FedEx guy or the Amazon guy or the whatever.
All the guys.
So you were saying just leave, and then you said when you were in Argentina.
I think you take it day by day, because first I didn't even know the language or the currency there, Nelsie. I'm just yep, there's a direct flight via Dubai. I'm taking it. So you take it day by day, because I feel like I do a lot of travel coaching for young people. I feel like they all have the plan out, 30 days here, visa application there, budget here. but no one's actually leaving.
Right. They've got a lot of spreadsheets, a lot of plans. They've got a budget, but they're not leaving. So just go.
Yeah, if you go, and also you can plan that. I understand why you're planning, but when you're there, those plans will never happen. I swear. Those spreadsheets, they're never.
Yeah.
Like the universe does not respect the timeline you make for yourself. Never.
Yeah.
Now I can travel eyes closed, but even if I plan things, nobody agrees. The universe does not say, okay, we're going to follow your plan.
Right. What I mean, I think there's two quotes that one of is, when we make plans, God laughs. And the other one is it's a John Lennon quote, and life is what happens to you when you're busy making plans. So you're so busy making plans that life can pass you by. So just go out there and do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And even though if everyone has plans already, I don't know why it's so hard for them to go.
Yeah. Unknown, I guess. Whatever it is in you, wherever you got this, Trisha, and you said that everybody in your family is pretty, even though culturally they're not travelers, that I sense there's a little bit of adventure, but you have this adventurous spirit, and that you've honored. You have this adventurous spirit, and you've, not only have you honored it, it's your life, it's your lifestyle, it's your living.
Yes.
Which is so cool.
It's also a lot of people are culturally, you don't know anything about other people, but I feel like all my long-term friends right now, I met when I was traveling, because I have people I grew up with, but we don't connect that way anymore, because I've been different. I've been westernized. But the people you met while traveling, it's amazing. I'm still in awe to think that I'm still connected deeply with these people up until now.
That's so great. That's so wonderful. Well, it seems to me that perhaps you're meeting kindred spirits, because you're meeting other travelers. Not always. I'm sure you're meeting people who live in the country, but if you're meeting other travelers, you're meeting people with a similar worldview and a similar sense of adventure.
And you're never alone. You might have arrived there alone, but you're never going to be alone when you're traveling alone, honestly.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to book a flight to Puerto Vallarta. I'll see you.
Yes.
We'll meet for margaritas tomorrow night. And I'm so inspired by you and excited for you. And I love this idea of travel coaching. So if people want to travel coach, how do they reach you?
I have a travel coaching page on my website. You will see it when you're in the homepage. There's testimonials there about for people who took my workshops, and I also have lots of online courses on the website about traveling solo.
So cool. So cool. I think that's fantastic. And like I said, I moved to New York when I was 22 and I stayed there for 30 years, but I've lived in a lot of different neighborhoods in New York. I've traveled to Europe. I've traveled all over the Caribbean. I've traveled a little bit in Europe. And, but I got more traveling to do, girl. I have a lot more traveling to do.
We accept Americans in Mexico.
Well, my husband and I are thinking of retiring in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time on Maya Riviera, or Riviera Maya, went to Playa del Carmen and Cozumel and Isla Mujeres. So I spent a lot of time on the east coast of Mexico. And oddly, because I grew up in California, not that much time on the west coast, but I'm a huge fan of Mexico.
Pacific coast is the best.
Okay, well, here I come. Like I said. All right. So this was fantastic. And I feel like, I don't feel like, I know that you must have 100 more stories like that. And so guess what, guys? Read her blog, because she's been blogging she's into her 7th year now. And I have a feeling that you guys can get the whole story. We got the Reader's Digest version of, I'm going to call him Mr. Argentina because I don't know his name, but I think there's more to the story. So check that out. Check out her website. Check out a travel coach. Check out workshops about traveling. Because come on, guys, we're about to have a vaccine. COVID is about to be in our rearview mirror, and let's get the fuck out there and do some traveling, right?
Yes.
And so fantastic. Okay, so as I think you know, we do end with 3 questions. And those questions are, what do you hope to gain in the next year? What do you hope to lose in the next year? And what do you hope that you never lose?
I think for gaining, I want to normalize being a person of color and a woman in general, because I've had a lot of discrimination towards, being a person of color. And I just want that to be normal, not in the world, but for me, because sometimes I'm still going around and looking at people, we that's how we judge people. We look at their skin color, how they look, where they're from. Sometimes we always have the need to ask where people are from. And for me, I'm being conscious about that lately. Like, why do I need to ask that? Like, why do I need to confirm that? So just within me, I want to gain normalizing everyone, since, we're in very strange times. I don't think that should divide us, because the color of our skin should divide us.
Right. Okay. And something you want to lose in the next year?
Lose, I'm too friendly. I want to lose some friends. I want friends. I call everyone's in my inner circle. And recently I realized that life shouldn't be that way. You should pick people who are just, you should have an inner circle.
Yeah, your inner circle. Yeah. It's funny. There's a podcast that I listen to called My Favorite Murder, and one of the women on it, her name is Karen Kilgariff, and she said that her therapist asked her once, "How many friends do you have?" And she said 40, and her therapist was like, "No, you don't. And if you do, you gotta trim that list, girl." Yeah. So
I'm reassessing. I want to lose some friends.
Some friends. I love it. It's what a concept, right? And friends in quotes. Air quotes. And so and last but not least, what is one thing that you hope you never lose?
I hope I'll never lose living the creative life, because I think that's how everyone should live. Whatever you do, not just traveling. I think our ability to create as humans gives us the saner life. I don't know, because when you hear the word create, it's always about art, but people don't understand that creating could be anything, painting your house, as
it could be absolutely. I love that. I love that. I agree with you. I'm a creative, in that I was, I'm an actor and a writer and all of that. And I'm married to my husband's, a businessman. When I met him, he was, sold insurance for a big company, but he's incredibly creative. He has a very creative life. And so it's really, I've just recently reframed my idea about creative people versus non-creative people. And, so I really appreciate what you're saying. You are living a creative life. And that can sort of have broader boundaries than we think, right?
Yeah, I'm going to give a better example that's not related to the art. For example, I was like, oh, maybe I can learn how to horse ride. I'm 32. Usually, you don't. When we're older, people feel like I cannot start learning tennis, or I cannot go learning how to roller skate, whatever. Yeah. And I feel like as long as you want to explore new options in your life, that's living a creative life, because you're reinventing your life. You're like, oh, okay, I'm going to add a little bit of horse riding in my life. Let's see if I like it. Yeah. I don't need to be good at it. You don't need to be. Yeah. I just need to do it and learn it.
Yeah. So you're creating new experiences.
For you.
I think that's fantastic. I love it. Well, once again, P.S. I'm on my way. Trisha Velarmino. I'm sorry, I'm so
It's all right.
horrible at that. Only because I don't have it in front of me. If I had it in front of me, and why don't you have it in front of you, Nelsie? But you are such a delight. I'm so excited for you, and I really do want to come to Puerto Vallarta and hang out with you. But I know you're trying to lose some friends, so I hope I make the cut.
Of course, I can help you retire here too. It's part of my job.
Good. So thank you so much for coming, and be good to yourself, have fun, and keep being creative.
Thank you so much for having me. Bye.
All right.
So am I right? She's fun, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Wait, let's go back because you were going to say something.
I don't know. I don't know what I was gonna say. I forgot now.
Man. Okay. So she was fun. I love that, Trisha. She's badass. She's a little bit of a stalker, maybe. Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
it's a fine line.
It's hard. That's the funny thing. I think about this sometime, like, and probably because I'm guilty of it, but from the past, but it's weird. It's a fine line between creepy and really romantic, right?
Right. Or stalking and just needing to get closure and having sort of a legitimate, having a legitimate point,
Yeah.
Like if you get ghosted and you want to know, I mean, the wanting to know why can be, you just are not going to necessarily hear it. And maybe you don't.
Wanting to know why, like it's over, why they wanted to, yeah.
I mean, you don't really want to know why, because it's not going to be, because you're so pretty, you're too pretty and too nice, and I love you too much.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like when someone says closure, what even is that?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a bullshit way to try to get back together. I don't know. I mean, I think when she was telling that story, I was thinking about this guy that I had a crush on. Now we're going way back. I was 19. I was working in the warehouse of Ocean Pacific Sunwear. And there was a guy that worked there named Brad, who was really quiet and really shy. And for some reason, I decided he was my last chance for happiness. And
At 19.
And he didn't even know I was alive. I mean, he knew because we boxed shirts next to each other in the warehouse.
Yeah.
He was kind of cute and a surfer, and like I found out where he lived and would drive by his house, and like he wanted nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Wait,
I don't know if I've ever admitted that to anybody. I don't even know how I found out where he lived, but I do remember, like, on a Saturday night driving by his house and looking longingly, and I think he friggin' lived with his parents. You know what I mean? I mean, go ahead.
In the modern world, that would be like stalking someone's Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely. And back in the day, that's what stalking looked like. You got in your car and you drove past their house. Or you found out which 7-Eleven they went to and you tried to time, your buying of your Slurpee at the same time.
Yeah.
It was a lot harder to stalk in those days. Kids these days,
they
don't know how hard it was to stalk. When I was young, stalking that poor Brad.
Poor Brad. Wonder where he is now.
Oh, you know what? He's bald and
do you know?
I don't know, but
you don't know?
Come on. He's 64. Do you think he's got a full head of hair and has a V-shaped body like he did back then? No, he does not.
Yeah, I guess.
Right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Yeah. And
I really want to, yeah. So
right? I don't even know his last name. I can't even Facebook stalk him. I don't know his Brad. Blonde, cute, shy, innocent Brad.
So you would make a night out of like driving by, or like what's going on there?
All right, I wish I hadn't told you, because now you're just mocking me. Make a night out of it.
I'm really curious. Like, there's an effort, there's a thought process before you do that. So
loneliness and desperation. I mean, It's ridiculous. I was 19 and I didn't even know this guy, and I thought he was like I'm joking, of course, when I say he was my last chance for happiness, but
I mean, at the time, you probably, you know,
I probably
you're 19.
did.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Because you're an idiot and you think that somebody loving you is what's going to make you have some self-esteem, because I didn't have any self-esteem. You know, I had,
Yeah.
you know, and I had probably 10 extra pounds on me, and I don't know, too many split ends. And it was at a time where if you had a boyfriend, you had worth. If you didn't have a boyfriend, you didn't have worth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Especially during that fragile like time, you know, where you're kind of like still looking around for what you are, and you know, once you find something to grab onto, you know, it's hard to let go, or even hard to say bye, or not even have that be an option. Like the other option would be my life is over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And to get us back to Trisha, so I don't judge her because I've had my moments of being, you know, and, you know, they were together for a while and then he was gone.
Yeah.
And, you know, the good news is she became a world traveler. So he served, you know what? He served his purpose. That was his purpose in her life.
It all happens for a reason.
Yeah, it all happens for a reason.
Yeah. She got to go to another country, probably had content for that. You know what I mean? And she wrote it. She wrote that. She wrote that whole story. There you go.
I know. It's a great story.
Yeah.
It turned her into a writer and it turned her into a traveler. Thank you, Mr. Argentina. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did we get a response from last week?
Yeah, so we got we didn't get a letter, we got a voice recording.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and play it. It's about someone, I'd say, leaving the job they had.
All right. If you guys didn't listen to last week, because Adam Gold's episode is hysterical about him, what happened to him interviewing for an internship. So we asked for stories about getting fired from a job or leaving a job. And this is what we got. Let's take a listen.
Hey Nelsie, hey Ronnie. I really love the show and I'm really excited to be here. And I have a story about this girl that I used to work with. So I used to work at this store called Ross Dress for Less, and there was a new girl that came and she was working the cash register. She was super nice to me and we got along. We were crazy close friends, but we were very friendly towards each other. And one day after she's been working there for about a week, she was working the register, and at the end of the day, it was found out they found out that $1,000 was missing from the cash register. And they couldn't prove that it was her because there was no cameras there, and they couldn't see that it was actually her doing the deed. But it was her shift at the cash register. So they couldn't really do anything about it. So she just worked there for another month or so, and after another month, $10,000 was missing from the safe one day. And obviously, I think we both know by now that she was the one working the register that day. And after that, she just never came back. So yeah, it was super weird. She didn't seem like the type of person to do that, but maybe that's why she was really good at what she did. But yeah, I wish we knew what happened to her, because I was really wondering what she did with that money. But I guess we'll just never know. So yeah, that's my losing it story. And I just wanted to say thank you so much. I really love the show. And yeah, bye.
Oh my God. First of all, I love a good Ross Dress for Less, because I'm from California and they have Ross Dress for Less out there, and you can get a good deal there. I think,
is it only in the West? Like,
I feel like I've seen them back here, but yeah, they're mostly West Coast. And they're like discount, you know, Ross Dress for Less. I think it's only women's clothes, and it's kind of Marshalls, like Marshalls or TJ Maxx a little bit.
Yeah, TJ Maxx is the East Coast thing.
Yeah,
right?
TJ Maxx is an East Coast thing. I love a good TJ Maxx. I went there the other day and got a bunch of shit I don't need to go into. But this woman, I mean, she scored big time.
Yeah, imagine. I wish we would have known what happened after with that money.
Like,
you know
did
what I
she?
mean?
Yeah, did she get caught? Did
Like,
she?
yeah, right?
Did she stalk a boyfriend in Argentina with the money?
Yeah, what do you even like? It's so funny. I mean, like, we know we're not talking about the podcast that we had earlier, but it's she had like what 10,000, and then
10,000.
what do you do with that money when you just can just take it?
I don't know, but I think that anybody who's, I don't know, shouldn't make a sweeping generalization, but I'm going to. You know what I think happened to her eventually? She went to a hair salon in New Jersey and tried to steal a coat.
That makes sense.
Because she didn't invest that 10 grand, right? Do you think she bought
stole
Apple
it.
shares? No, she didn't.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like she stole it and like I'm going to invest in my future now.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not
You know what?
usually the case.
I'm going back to school. I'm going to get that degree.
That is a good point. It's safe to assume.
No, because I think, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope she found the error of her ways and did invest into a nice IRA, and now she's got a nice solid job somewhere. But I think if that's how you're looking at the world, how do I scam people? I think that's a lifestyle.
Yeah, that's a type of person.
It's a type of person. Yeah.
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 I mean, it would be hard to break that type of person, especially if like apparently that person did not get caught. It sounds like we don't know, but
no. And I love the way. Caught. And I love the way she was so like the caller was so charmed by her. Like, oh, she seemed really nice, right?
Exactly.
Right?
And that's another trait of that type of person, right?
Absolutely. Very, you like them, they're charming. Yeah. But then I think somewhere along the way you start to notice something's off, Yeah. Maybe not.
I mean, maybe that's really good and yeah.
Damn. Well, sociopaths are charming. And I'm not saying that this woman was a sociopath, but I think if you go to a job and then you get caught, but then you have the balls to stay and then take another 10 grand.
Yeah. Like, man, if I did that, like if I stole money to begin with, I would be shitting myself and I would probably like leave the state. You know what I mean? If I, made that decision,
Yeah. And because I think that's the thing about being moral or not being moral, having a moral compass or not having a moral compass. Because if you don't have a moral compass, then you're like, it's not a big deal. So you don't get nervous. And this is just what I do. That's why people like you and I don't, I did some shoplifting at an early age back in the day.
Yeah.
Junior high, it seemed like, or middle school as they call it now, seemed to be the time when everybody was like going to a store, putting on a blouse and then putting on another blouse, putting your blouse back on and then walking out the store.
Honestly, I have a friend. I don't know what's wrong with her, but
she's still doing it.
She just loves doing it. Like, but it's weird because she'll steal stuff. Like, it's always like at the mall or something.
Yeah.
And like, she'll steal stuff, but it's like never anything she wants or anything. It's just like I'll just be walking with her. Yeah. And then we'll be at the mall, and then we'll go into a store, and then walk out the store, and be like, look what I got. It's just
when you're with her?
Yeah. I don't think she does it by herself.
Oh my. Oh. So part of the thrill is being with you or being with someone else, and they don't even know that they did it, right?
Yeah, and it's never anything like crazy expensive. It's always like a little like whatever, like
box of Altoids or
like like $3 piece of jewelry at Forever 21. You know what I mean? It's like, look what I got here. I mean, like,
crazy.
What am I gonna? My reaction usually is, why?
Why?
Like, why?
Exactly.
It's $3. Like,
yeah.
Do you even want the thing?
Yeah.
But
let me ask you an unrelated question.
Sure.
How's my lighting? Because it's gotten dark here. Am I still okay lighting wise?
Yeah, you look great. Yeah,
okay. Good.
Yeah.
How do I look?
Yeah.
So wow. Okay, so that's a good story. And so now I think what are we're looking for stories about? Are we looking for stories about stalking or traveling? And I don't want to. I don't want to diminish Trisha because she's fucking amazing and I love her and she's great. But the story she talked about was losing this relationship and in a way losing her shit because she went after him, you know? So I think that's good fodder. What do you think?
Yeah, how about like I'm sure because this is a common thing that the line of romantic and creepy, I'm sure people have,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I'm
right.
sure it's gone there.
Yeah,
you know?
the line between romantic and creepy.
So something along those lines I feel like would be pretty interesting because I'm sure, I mean, I've been guilty for sure.
Oh, yeah. Like just get a little too intense too fast. Or
like, like I have some regrets, but
there was a nice pregnant pause there. I have some regrets.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
That's for another podcast and another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. Of course, we all have regrets. Go ahead, tell me about guys, because I think it's hard. It's hard for guys.
Yeah, like guys, you know, the grand gesture, you know, women can appreciate when it's done properly. The grand gesture can be executed amazingly, and it is very great. But then when it's not, it's just what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah,
you know.
Let me tell you my husband's grand gesture, which I don't know if we wouldn't be married today if you hadn't done it.
So it was good.
It was good. It was good. So we're dating, and he has invited me. We met Halloween. Our first date was November 15th. We moved in together in January. But this is between our first date and January, right?
Okay.
He has invited me to his parents for Christmas.
Okay.
Now, so we're just 5 weeks into the relationship, right?
Yeah,
4
I was
weeks,
gonna say,
right?
yeah.
And I've fallen in love with him, but I'm a little freaked out, you know? And I'm kind of used to being with guys like Brad that I have to get in my car and drive through, right? I'm kind of used to falling for guys who aren't interested in me. So there's a part of me that because he's so into me that I don't trust it. Or there must be something wrong with him that he likes me so much.
I've come across women that have the same thing.
Yep.
I don't know what's going on there.
It's fucked up. It's just low self-esteem. That's what it is. It's just low self-esteem.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. And it's fear of intimacy. Because if you're always chasing after somebody who's walking away, you don't ever really have to connect.
I see.
Right?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So here I am. I've been in therapy for a long time by the time you meet my husband. So, you know, I've been working on this shit, you know? So it was like, well, what if you dated a nice guy? My therapist, I'm like, you mean instead of an unemployed screenwriter who likes cocaine? What? I don't understand.
It doesn't register.
Right. So he says, I want you to come down to my family's for Christmas. And I first say yes. And then I talk to my best friend, and she's like, it seems a little soon. So then I backpedal out.
How soon before?
That part I don't remember, but probably within a day, I say, you know, I feel like it's too soon. I'm not comfortable. Right?
Yeah.
And it was before cell phones, right? So if somebody wants to reach you, you have to be home when they're calling you. Like the fact that anybody ever connected is a miracle. Right?
Yeah, I think about that sometimes too.
Yeah. So I told him that, and then I hadn't heard from him for a while. So I thought, oh fuck, I've blown it. Because he invited me for Christmas, and I said no, and his feelings really got hurt. And my doorbell rings, and I open the door, and there is a Christmas tree, fills the entire thing.
In your doorway?
In my doorway of my apartment.
In your apartment?
In my apartment building. There is a Christmas tree when I open my door after he rings the doorbell. Standing behind the Christmas tree, which is a live Christmas tree, by the way, in a pot, is my husband.
Oh my gosh.
My soon-to-be, 3 years later, husband. And he peeks out from behind it and he says, I got you a tree. And I fell in love with him in that moment. And he bought little lights, and we sat down and we put the lights on the tree. And if you pushed a little button, the lights did it like a tinny version of "Oh Tannenbaum." Oh Tannenbaum, oh na na na. And I fell in love with him because it was so sweet. Now,
Yeah, this is very sweet.
if he had also brought maybe tinsel and ornaments and, made me cookies, it would have gone into creepy, I think.
I think if
Right?
if it was like after one date and he was he showed
This
up.
this wasn't after one date. This was we definitely had spent the night together many times.
Yeah, so if that's where the line is being drawn, right? So
Yeah.
even after like one night, I wouldn't do that.
No, you can't show up with the Christmas tree the next day because then, you know what? Then that's desperation.
You think so?
And then I think that's what it feels like to the other person. It's like what Sandy was. Oh, well, different episode. Never mind. It's just like, you can feel somebody desperate. It's like it feels like please like me, and that vibe is never. Versus I really like you is one vibe, but please like me is a different vibe.
There is a difference there. Yeah, that is
right?
true. That
One
is
is
true.
about giving, and the other one is about needing.
Yes.
Listen to me like I'm a fucking life coach. Yeah.
No, honestly, because I've heard. It's probably really common. It's just probably really common because I've heard a lot of stories from friends where the guy did something like this one time in high school. My friend, there's this new kid. This guy comes to school and he has a crush on my friend, the girl, and my friend, she's sitting in class first period. Everyone is not in the classroom, right? And she's just sitting there, and then one person comes in with a rose, puts it on her table. Then another person comes in with a rose, puts it on her table. And then it's a small school, so there's probably only 12 or 15 kids in that class. All of them come in with a rose and put it on the table. And then the guy comes in with a bouquet.
I think bouquet. Shit, I don't know.
A whole shit ton of
bouquet sounds
flowers.
right. Yeah, whole shit ton.
Yeah,
whole shit ton.
Exactly. And puts it on the table, and he gets on his knee and is like, "Will you be my girlfriend?" And they've just they don't. They're not.
My heart hurts for him so badly, right?
Yeah, right.
And she just went.
She said no.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just do not set yourself up for public humiliation. Do not do that. No.
Yeah, that's unfair on her, honestly. But can you believe that?
I would have said yeah.
You would have said yeah.
I think I would have said yeah, and then later I would have said I wouldn't want to. I don't know what I would have done if I was how old? What grade? High school?
Yeah, high school, high school.
I might have been shitty. I don't know. I was so desperate for love in high school. Who knows? How cute was he? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's how come on. It's high school. Yeah. I was shallow. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. Well, I think we did it. I think we've done it. This was a fantastic episode.
A lot of things came out. Yeah.
Send us your romantic versus creepy stories. And
send them over to losingitcontact at gmail.com and or send us a DM on
DM
Instagram.
us, on Instagram at Losing It Podcast.
Yep.
Yes. And don't forget to rate and review. And our YouTube channel is so awesome. If you haven't gone there, go there now and subscribe. And and I guess the only thing I have left to say is don't poop in the ocean.
Don't do it.
No.
Losing it, losing it, losing it.
Bye.
Losing it. You came and you listened to the story. I hope so much that it didn't make you sorry, and I hope so much that you'll come back again.
Losing It, hosted by Nelsie Spencer, produced by me, Ronnie Whaley. Theme song by Hunter Williams. Follow us online on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all podcasting platforms at Losing It Podcast. Viewers can email Nelsie with questions or comments about life, writing, comedy, or even your own Losing It story for a chance to be on the Losing It podcast at losingitcontact@gmail.com. For everything Nelsie and everything Losing It, visit us at nelsiespencer.com.